Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. So today I used up the mushroom and the green pepper and onion, made an omelet, and toast, marmalade, and coffee. So bro couldn't make it in, so we didn't do mukbang last night. So what I did was I took that ground beef with rice and a tomato sauce and a little bit of tomato juice I had, and made and cooked macaroni. So I had that for supper. Shout out to, hopefully I don't butcher her name, Maya, and someone asked if could talk about, share some best times, just good old fun times. Mostly anything we did fun was in the summertime. Few things in the wintertime, like going sledding, ice fishing, but you would call it fun, but I never did like the cold. Never. Even as a kid, I can't remember liking the cold. That's why I never stayed out and never learned to skate. We used to go back to the racetrack. It used to be a racetrack and had water. Everybody would go skating. I just sat. Now, me and my friend used to go back and spend the whole day in the summertime. Sit there and pick blueberries. We used to go up Papa's field. We'd spend the whole day. And then we'd go over to the seniors unit and we would sell them for money. I like anything to do in the summer. Me and my first boyfriend, we had this dinghy thing, like a blow-up raft, and we'd go down the river and spend the whole day just down there, bring a picnic and fish, and we used to get lobsters. That was mostly in August. It wasn't really summer, but it wasn't winter either, so you could still swim in that. Close to September. We'd go to the Cape and get our lobsters and go camping. And I love to camp. I love a bonfire. I just love to camp. Anywhere where there's water. I just love it. Down Grand Lake when I was younger, we spend the whole day at Alex Pond, they call it. They had big waves in that part of the lake, and they had a lot of rocks, though. People could park, or they're just spending a few hours, wash the car, but in the back they had these little openings in the trees and all around that going in. It's a long road, and it used to have, like, I don't know, people on the side made these grooves, so we called them whoop-de-doos. That was fun, driving in. And anyway, they had these openings, and we would bring a tent It wasn't really a campground, but nobody cared. Spend the whole day, and they had these barbecue pits and had a big bonfire at night. And what else? We used to camp with the kids down. We first started out, Jim never liked camping, but he never went camping, so how did he know he didn't like it? But we first went and rented a lot one weekend, met up with I knew the guy from school, and hung around with him and his girlfriend, and knew the campers here, and it was all waterfront. Good sleep having that water. Then we ended up getting a seasonal. Go down every weekend. Which is like, I remember when I was young, I talked about Rover. In the wintertime, Dad would have this, not this heavy toboggan thing, but just this thing that made of plastic or whatever, and tie it onto him, and he would drag us around, the dog, Rover. I did like when we used to go down to Bronson and pick out the Christmas tree. I did like that, picking out the Christmas tree. We'd walk. I was too young. When I moved here, tomorrow I'm going to talk about my favorites, like music and some of my music, foods, and movies, and places or whatever. But when I moved here, me and Bro, we went the first concert I got to see in my life, Brooks and Dunn, and me and Jenny and the two kids last winter, 2 hours in the car. Going into it was like the lights, beautiful, but 2 hours. I won't go see it again. If I could get in right away, maybe a half hour, but 2 hours was too much. Way too much. In Fredericton, me and Mom, when we lived in a trailer in the summertime, well, even in the wintertime, all year round, we had this bonfire pit. We used to sit out there, and sometimes I'd make some s'mores or whatever, but just sit out there. I like the barbecue pit. Just love it. And cooking. When we used to go camping, me and Jim and the kids, next morning, I get a screen from an old fridge. You know how you got those round barbecue pits? I put it over on top of it. I toast my toast. All I gotta do next morning, because it's still embers from night before. Throw in a couple logs and cook breakfast. Have a cast iron frying pan. The best. Toast. Sometimes tea even. Not a big tea drinker unless I'm sick, but Just talking about over a open fire. Never owned a place with a real, well, yeah, we had wood stove and stuff, but I'm talking about fireplace. Love fireplace. Up here we had one in the townhouse, but never put it on because it's gas. Just wasn't that. What else? Some good times. Just trying to think. Wintertime I mostly just stay in the house and read and I used to like when we well, it was fall I suppose, in Predaton there, going towards Woodstock, there's like I just love it. Go to King's Landing. They literally hauled some houses up the river. It was like all old fashioned, and the people that lives there, like in the season when it's open, they have to do, there's no telephone, there's no TV, there's no, you know what I mean? They gotta live the life of they gotta wear those hot dresses, and they have, when you go upstairs, they got like the bedrooms, they got a lot of rooms, got old stuff in it, so it's all blocked off that you can't go in the room, but I used to love that, going to King's Landing. But this Saturday, I think I'm gonna have my granddaughter, LaFonda's daughter, over for Saturday night chat. That should be fun. She's a hoot, that one. And but I'm gammy. When she was born, I wanted to be Nana, but I didn't claim it fast enough. Her other grandmother did, and I didn't want Granny. So I'm gammy for all three of them. They call me Gammy. Tomorrow I'll talk about favorites. Today feels like -20 all day. Going to be a cold week. Looking at the forecast, looks like the whole week is going to be cold. Not a cold snap like what we can get, but it's starting. Let's see. I love the Grand Lake though. Did a lot of bicycle when I was younger. I did a lot of bicycling because we lived about 1.5 miles from Minto, down Dead End Road. We got a bicycle, and I used to bicycle all over the place in summertime. I was never home. Wintertime, not a whole lot to do. My father, he could build, I remember a few. He used to build these snow sculptures and elephants, and he was pretty good at that. Like all these different animals. Not very long today. Make sure you comment and sort of like a question answer sort of thing maybe. But tomorrow I'll do the favorites, and then get some ideas for some topics. My hand's all sticky. I don't want. I enjoyed my marmalade today. Too much. So it's a short video. LaFonda, well, she's the one who wanted me to make the cabbage rolls because she likes my cabbage rolls regardless if she was saying it's this and that and this and that. It wasn't bland. It was just, anyway. So she liked them. She took the last two home. We took the chocolate. They were so many, 12 or something, and or more. And she took, so I had half of the cherry and half of the Irish cream, and she had half and half. I ate them all up that night and went to bed. Just went to bed. I had a good sleep. So, until tomorrow, don't forget to hit the thumbs up, subscribe, notifications, and comment, ask about question, and or ask me to talk about something, and that helps me out. Yes, I like my Festivus tree. That's for Saturdays. Anyway, so see you tomorrow morning, and you guys all have a good day. You know, it's smoke time. Cigarette time.